Hello viewers. This morning when I finished my run, I was eating my oatmeal and just popped on eBay and just, I tend to like to look at what eBay recommends for me because sometimes there's something interesting there. Sometimes I'll think, I type in Lakewood P25, maybe I get lucky, whatever, right? I will also search on Edison Box Fan to see if there's something there that either A, I don't have, or B, it's something that I already have, but it's being sold at a really good price. Every once in a while, I get super lucky. Not often. So this came up as a recommendation. The title is Lasko Metal Fan Blade with Set Screw Universal 18-inch Replacement for Most 20-inch Fans. So this is really confusing, right? Are you just selling me the blades? Or are you selling me the fan? Because it says Lasko metal fan blade with set screw fits most fans, right? That reads like you're just selling me the blade. So I see this fan here in the background. This fan, I cannot tell if it's an Air King or it's truly a Lasko. I don't know. So I see the price is $74. If you're selling me the fan with the blade, then that's actually a pretty good deal because I know what the blade costs. If that's an Air King, that's about 50 bucks. I don't know how you're making any money. So is that a Lasko premium box fan? I can't tell because there's no side shot of it, which would, the width would really give it away. And maybe I zoom. That just, I can't see. So then you get other images here, right? Okay, I know that part, that W set, I know what that is. I've ordered it. You guys have seen it on the channel. So this leads me to believe that this here is in a Lasko premium because just the way that just the way the motor looks and it mounts. I don't know if a premium could hold up. I am not as electrically inclined with these motors as many of you are, but I feel like that's too much. The weight of the blades is too much. Yeah, it just, I could be wrong. That actually could be the Air King. Okay, you're giving me close-ups. Okay, wonderful. Yep, I know how that works. And yeah, so there it is, right? I like the idea of what you're doing, but I think you're misrepresenting what it is you're trying to accomplish here, right? So as it's well documented that I have a couple of Air Kings with the Lasko Retrofit blade on it, and it's just awesome. I really enjoy it. And a couple of others have commented on those videos and have made their own. And that's what this hobby is about. I am so glad. And I'm not the originator of this idea. Lamont the fan man is. And it was a great one, and he encouraged me to do it, and I tried it. So I did this past spring, thought, I wonder if this would be of interest to anyone to purchase, right? So I put one of my fans up there, documented the retrofit and all of that, and documented the Air King model because I wanted to be very clear that it doesn't come from factory like this. This is an upgrade. And I listed it, I think, for $150 because there's cost, right? There's cost of the fan, there's cost of the blade set, there's cost of shipping the blade set to me. And not that I'm trying to gouge anyone, but okay, it takes 10 minutes or so to swap out the blades. You got to package it up to get it ready to ship. So, so I thought $150. And I thought if these were made new on the market, like what would they sell for today? Probably a little less than that. But anyway, eventually it sold. And my images weren't that great. I was in a bad spot to make the images, but eventually it sold. And the only reason I also, excuse me, the only reason I also did that is to kind of test the market and see if maybe this is something that should be built again, or not really again, but something similar has been built like that in the past. But when you read the description here, so it gets even a little more confusing. I just love all the stuff that I get suggested. Similar items, recent views. Okay. It's funny. This actually looks clearer to read through the camera than it does on the actual screen. So, condition, new, brand new in box, blah, blah, undamaged, okay, whatever. So, at this point, I'm thinking it's maybe the blades that they're trying to get me to buy for $74 or whatever it is. All I need to do is go to Lasko website, and they're far less than that, even with shipping. So I say, okay, metal 2021. Okay, it's 2025. So are the blades older, or are you selling that fan? Then I see type box, and I'm like, okay, 120 volt, 20 inches, 3-speed. Okay, you are selling me the fan. And then you get over here. Here's where it gets even worse. Shape round. Oh, that's weird. Vent style. Okay. Item diameter 18 inches. What's 18 inches? The fan's not 18 inches wide, or the diameter of it. I don't know. So here's where it gets really weird. Look at the part number, B20725. And then it even gets listed down here again, model B27025. That is wrong. Totally wrong. That is not a B27025 fan. Not at all. The part number, even if you're just saying, okay, the blades, I'm just selling the blades, the part number of those blades is not B20725. That is incorrect. This is a misrepresented auction. This is done poorly. And I'm actually watching the auction too, so I think I make it 7, but there's 6 other folks out there watching this auction. This is not good. And unfortunately, by the time my video airs, one doesn't have to do with the other, eBay and YouTube, but hopefully, and I don't want to see someone not make money on eBay or like not be successful. However, I only want those things if something is represented properly. And for those of you who don't know what a B20725 is, let me refresh your memory. This is a B20725. So it has the same blades. These blades, by the way, are also used in their high velocity floor fans. So this is a completely different fan. This is a ball bearing driven box fan that was discontinued. I have 3 of them. I know them very well is my point, right? So there's nothing on this auction that it actually is a B20725. Not the fan pictured, not the blades. Now, the person listing the auction, W set screw, is, I think that is actually kind of like the part number. Yeah, so this is very misleading. Are you getting the fan? Are you getting the fan with the metal blades? Are you just getting the metal blades? Or are you getting a B20725, which is not the case. I just know that. But this is just wrong. And then time period manufactured 2025. What was manufactured in 2025? This, if I'm reading this, it's trying to tell me that this is manufactured. This model number is manufactured in 2025. That is completely wrong because those fans have been discontinued for quite some time. And then over here, you have year manufactured 2021. What is it? Okay. Item description from the seller: 18-inch metal fan blade with set screw, universal fit replacement for most 20-inch fans. Convert your fan to an all-metal box fan. More air, more flow, more fan blade with set screw only. Okay, so now you tell us. Now you tell us. So I'm just going to say this. Go to the Lasko website, and you can buy 2 of those for $70. Actually, yeah, probably under $70. I know because I buy them. So not to rain on this seller's parade, but this is poor. This is poorly done. It is unclear until you get to the very bottom and at the end. Not good. And let's see. Oh, okay. So I am reading seller feedback. After purchasing 3 sets of calipers and failing to receive them, came through. Okay. Yeah, and again, maybe this seller is just not into fans. I get that, but there's really 3 major discrepancies until you really read through. You have to read through, or you think you're getting the fan. But why would he put 2021 and then put the B20725 model number? That doesn't make sense. All right. Well, let me know what you guys think. And I think I'm going to send a note to the seller. I know sometimes I think, why am I wasting my time? I just don't want to see one of you guys get the shaft out there. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Comment on this video. Would like to hear your thoughts on this or read your thoughts. Like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks.